Hey guys, what's happening? This is David Neason. Today I wanted to talk to you about something I've been struggling for a while to put into words. But when it comes to training horses and working with horses in general, it's probably one of the most important concepts, um, and it's the one thing that I really wish everybody understood. And that's about teaching a horse how to learn. Um, we all get so focused on teaching them how to do a certain drill, and then the consistency and repetition of doing it over and over and over again until we get it perfect. And then there's things that people say like, perfect practice makes perfect performance or whatever. Um, but what it really comes down to is the concept that you have to teach a horse that there is an answer to what you're asking and to look for that answer. And kind of about the best example that I can come up with this is a game we used to play when we were kids, the hot and cold game. And that game looks like, somebody's it and they get to pick an object, any random object in the room or wherever you're at, and they say, okay, I got it. Now everybody has to find it. And the only clues that you generally give are you're either hot or you're cold. And so you start out and everybody's moving around the room, just they're guessing. And the person's like, you're cold, you're ice cold, you're not even close, you're ice cold, 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 cold. Well, what happens pretty soon is people start to give up, especially the younger the group that's playing the game. Their attention span's not very good. It's not very long. And pretty quick they get frustrated. They're like, dude, I'm ready to go outside and play. I don't want to do this anymore. And it's really the same way with horses. The only time they get hot, that you say you're hot, is when you're near it, and then they get excited, sure. But and you might have picked something that's all the way on the other side of the room from where they are. And so if they just keep staying in this area, looking at everything right around them, and you keep saying, nope, cold, nope, you're cold, nope, that's not it, pretty soon they're going to be like, I don't want to play anymore, and they're going to storm off. But if in the process of playing that game, you do something as simple as when one of them turns in the direction, even though the object may be all the way across the room, but they turn in the direction of that object, and you say, you're warm. You get this look of, really? All over their face. And then the other people in the room will notice too. And then they'll start trying to move to where that person is. And that person may turn away, and then you can say, oh, you're cold. And then that short moment of just that little bit of effort, that little bit of try, of they turned this way and you said, you're warm. You didn't tell them you were hot. You just said you're warm. They still couldn't find it, but when they turned this way and you said, you're cold, what do? They immediately turn back this way. And what do? Immediately, you're warm. So now they've got the idea pretty fast, really. The answer's not here, the answer's over there. So they're gonna walk over there. And then you can say, oh, you're getting really warm. Oh, you're getting warmer. You still hadn't told them they're hot. You kind of reserve hot for being, yep, you're standing right on top of it, or that sort of thing. And so the concept may be hard in your mind right at first to apply to, but how do I do that with a horse? But again, what you're really trying to achieve is that you're trying to tell the horse there is an answer. I didn't pick something that's not here. There really is something here, but you've got to put out a little effort. But if they're putting out a little effort and you just keep reprimanding them, and you keep pulling their face, and you keep kicking them, and whatever else you've tried, whatever methods you've tried, that sort of thing, that the horse will start to get frustrated and shut down as well. And so until you can assure that horse that there really is an answer, he's warm, maybe he's not perfect, but he's warm, he's not going to continue to put out effort for you. And you're going to notice that he's either going to shut down, or his movements and his response to you is going to become more mechanized, more like a robot, just begrudgingly going through the motions. You see this sometimes in cow horses, especially reiners that have been told over and over. They're used to being told what to do and when to move, and you put them on a cow and you kind of put your hand down and say, do it, and they're like, do what? And then when they miss, instead of giving them a chance to realize that they missed and maybe put them to work over here and then send them back to the cow, we start going, oh, you missed, go. Oh, you missed, go. And we start to take away the thought process from them to where they just kind of roll their eyes and go, okay, I'm going over here now. Okay, I'm going over here now. And that sounds really negative when you're trying to coach people who are trying to train their own horses, and it's not meant to be a negative toward the people. It's what I see when I'm watching your horse. I'm watching that horse go, that horse is giving up already. He doesn't see the point anymore, and he's frustrated, and the rider doesn't see it. And the rider's getting frustrated because the horse just won't take hold of that cow. You could apply this same concept to other disciplines as well. Barrel horses. If you talk to higher level barrel racers, they talk about a horse that'll hunt that barrel, that will run to that barrel hard and then rate, set up, and come around it. They're not just running mindlessly and then that person's just tearing their head around. I'm sure we've all got stories about every discipline that we're in that go, yeah, but Sally does. And that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm talking about is how we can better ourselves. And that starts by acknowledging that the horse has a stake in this, and that if we don't give him the reassurance that there really is an answer, and that I'm not just up here for the next hour and a half to pull on his face until his mouth gets sore, that I really do want a very specific reaction out of him, he's going to begin to shut down, or he's going to get resentful and just go through the motions without putting out any more effort than he feels like he absolutely has to. So this is something to keep in mind, as you're going through your next ride. Think about how you can apply that. I don't know that there is an absolute exact answer for your situation, but you probably do. Probably as you're sitting on top of your horse, if you just take a minute and think about what I've said, you will discover a way to apply showing your horse there is an answer. With cow horses, generally when they've made a move, even if I had to make them mechanically catch up to that cow, but it's a slow cow and that cow stops, I let them stop at the cow, take a break. I make the cow the safe place. So then when that cow leaves, I let them sit there for a second. Then I start to squeeze, bring my body up, my life, my energy, whatever you want to call it. I start to apply some pressure to the point that they're uncomfortable and they feel the need to move. Most of the time they move the wrong way, depending on how they're bred. They may go the complete opposite way. Some of them will naturally want to look at the cow. But when they do that, you can reward that by taking the pressure off. Depending on the level of training when you're first introducing a cow, then as the level of training begins to increase, you may keep that pressure up until they at least physically turn toward that cow. You're warm. Take that pressure off. Don't stab them with a harpoon. Say, get there now. That's punishment. Stabbing them when they just turn to acknowledge the one thing you wanted them to acknowledge, you wanted them to look at, and you hit them with a spur, or you snatch their face, you're encouraging them to look the other way. You're like, that must not have been what he wanted, because that really hurt. It really did hurt. So anyway, keep that in mind the next time you're riding your horse. You guys take care. Have a good day.